Hello and welcome to our Instagram live event. My name is Paul Arsov and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of today's educational event is registration of online streaming services coming as a law. Before starting to talk about the topic of today, let me tell you a little bit about our project. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. We're building a decentralized communication and advertising platform. When people are talking about decentralization, most of the times and by people, I mean marketers, investors, promoters, people who are involved into the space. This type of people, they think of blockchain technology as a driver of decentralization, and as next generation of internet, for example, as Web3. And I think it is not correct, it is wrong, and maybe it is very, very wrong. And why is this? Blockchain technology proved good at creating virtual value, but very often this virtual value is not matched into anything physical or tangible. The value of blockchains and their coins and tokens deployed on blockchains is derived through trading, like people putting money and buying cryptocurrencies and then selling them. There is a very long list of flows of blockchain technology, for example, being slow, having limited number of transactions, continuously growing in size, which leads the number of nodes of the blockchain network of nodes. So like these are the issues. Like we have to agree that blockchain technology did start the drive towards decentralization, but early or late people have to wake up and look at other solutions for decentralization and for next generation of internet. So what we're having in our project is we're having a decentralization software engine which allows direct communication from user to user. And this is actually the essence of decentralization, direct communication from user to user without going through a server, without going through a website. Services which currently are monopolized by few companies, for example, the service of web search, which is monopolized by Google, and the service of social networking, which is monopolized by Facebook Meta, the service of short messaging, monopolized by Twitter. They could be performed and done in a decentralized way. So I did mention blockchain technology, I did mention the limitations and the flows, I did mention that blockchains cannot play cannot drive decentralization and cannot be next generation of internet, but in our project we still have our own blockchain instance. It runs Ethereum software, and basically it is identical. What we're having is identical to Ethereum mainnet or Binance Smart Chain or Polygon or some other big, currently and famous blockchains. So just the only difference between what we are having and like for example Ethereum mainnet is that Ethereum mainnet has network ID of number 1. Um, Binance Smart Chain, it has network ID, I believe, of 56. Polygon has a network ID of 132, I believe. And our network ID of the blockchain that we're running is 124. So we still have blockchain instance, we have a cryptocurrency token, and we are planning to deploy smart contracts and tokens as well. But in our project, our blockchain plays just a support role, and it keeps records of the tokens and which are deployed on our blockchain. In most of the other projects, the project revolves around the token or around the blockchain. And our focus is on the decentralization software engine with which has just one additional support element in the face of the blockchain that we're having. So I did describe the technical side of our project, but success of our project and success of maybe every other project depends on marketing. And we're doing and we're having extensive marketing by posting on multiple social networks. The list of the social networks that we're posting on is very, very long. It includes Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, Reddit, and Discord. From this very, very long list of social networks, we're actually focusing on Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram. We're aiming to build a community, and to make it interesting for our community, we organize events just like today's events. Today is Sunday, and today's event is on Instagram Live. But yesterday and on Saturdays, we are organizing regular weekly events, and they're happening on Twitter Space. As you know right now, Instagram Live is a video and audio channel, but Twitter Space is audio only channel. And the events which are happening on Saturdays on Twitter Space and on Sundays on Instagram Live, they have the same topic. Basically, we start talking on Saturday on a specific topic, and then on Sunday we repeat some of the things that we mentioned in our topic, in our talk on Saturdays, and we continue with mentioning some things that were not mentioned on Saturdays. So basically, we aim to cover audiences on Saturday which are comfortable and they're regular on Twitter Space, and on Sundays we aim to cover audiences on Instagram Live which favor Instagram. We started these educational events about 5 or 6 months ago, and the topic of our very first event which happened only on Twitter Space, was what is blockchain. The topic of our second event, which started happening on both Twitter Space and Instagram Live, was what is a smart contract. Some of the topics of the following events, which happened every Saturday on Twitter Space and every Sunday on Instagram Live, were applying astrology into cryptocurrency trading. This was very fun event. Central bank digital currency versus ordinary crypto confrontation is looming. Decentralized finance destined to implode. Big crashes in crypto, Terra Luna, Celsius, and FTX. In the end of 2022, we had 2022 reviewing crypto. In the beginning of 2023, we had predictions for crypto in 2023. We had events about decentralization engines, blockchain says decentralization engines and other decentralization engine implementations. We had events about current state of artificial intelligence and the path towards artificial general intelligence. So we had events about the essence of decentralization, direct communication, and ways of implementation. So these are, like I did describe, topics of events, our educational events, which are happening on Saturdays on Twitter Space and Sundays on Instagram Live. But we have recurring events which are happening every Thursday. And one Thursday we have a general Ask Meeting session when we're covering topics of the crypto market sentiment. Is it going to go up or down, or what is the current state? It covers also topics about cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, central bank digital currency, Web3, decentralization, NFTs, and etc. And the following Thursday, we are covering topics about NFTs. And also we're covering what we are having in preparation, and it is going to be released very, very soon. I did mention the topics on Thursdays, and the topics on Thursday are happening simultaneously on 3 different channels. The events, they start on Telegram, and as you know, Telegram is mainly a text-only channel, and at the start of the event on Telegram, we are typing also the other 2 channels, and the other 2 channels are Twitter Space and Google Meet. At the start of the event on Telegram, people can also join the Twitter Space channel and listen to the what is like if somebody is asking a question. So what happens is like we're typing the question and then the reply on Telegram. But in addition to the typing in text, so what happens is we're also saying the making very extensive reply, not only in few sentences written in text, but we're replying also in audio or audio on Twitter Space or audio and video on Google Meet. So people who are joining to the other two channels, they have more extensive answer to the questions which are have been asked on Telegram. And I did mention that we're having something very exciting, and this very exciting thing is related with NFTs. We're preparing a collection of non-fungible tokens, and we're preparing also a marketplace which is going to offer these non-fungible tokens. So what is interesting and what is very exciting is that compared with most of the other NFT offers, like the NFTs, they which we are having are based on three-dimensional objects, and these three-dimensional objects, they're animated, they keep moving by themselves, also they're interactive. The user can click on the object and they can move them left, right, up, down, and like with the mouse scroll wheel, they zoom in or out. Next capability of this three-dimensional object is that they're going to have a voice. They're going to speak in either a male voice or a female voice or a whisper voice. In addition to these three basic voices, these three-dimensional NFTs, they're going to be able to speak in three different speeds of the voice. They can speak in normal speed voice, they can speak in a fast speed, or they can speak in a slow speed voice. For example, if this 3D NFT is speaking with a male voice and they're also speaking in a slow male voice, the voice is going to come as either a very masculine or it is going to come as very old. And like for example, if this 3D NFT is speaking with a female voice and it is speaking with fast speed voice, like the voice is going to come either as funny or as voice of a child, the voice of a little girl. So this is regarding to the speaking capability, but the next capability of our three-dimensional object NFTs is that they're going to have a voice recognition capability. The user who has a specific 3D NFT can issue, like if the 3D NFT keeps moving, the user can issue the command to the 3D NFT to stop moving, and the 3D NFT is going to stop moving. Then the user can command the object to start moving, and then this 3D NFT is going to start moving again. The user can command this 3D object to move left, move right, move up, move down, come closer, and the object is going to zoom in, move away, and the object is going to zoom out. The user can command the object to start rotating, and then the object is going to start rotating. then the user can command the object to stop rotating. So this is regarding to the voice recognition capability. But our next capability, which this 3D NFT is going to have, is the capability of having a basic artificial intelligence. Wow, wow, really, wow. The user can ask the object, what is your name? And then this 3D NFT is going to tell you their name. The user can ask this 3D NFT, who are you? And then this 3D NFT is going to tell you who they are. The user can ask the object, for example, describe Web3 or describe decentralization or describe Russia. And then this 3D NFT is going to tell you in few sentences about decentralization or about Web3 or about the country called Russia. So this is a very, very exciting capability, but probably the last capability, which is also very interesting, very innovative, and very exciting, is that the 3D NFTs that we plan to release, we plan to add to them having stereoscopic capability. And stereoscopic means that the image of usually images, they're put into two-dimensional screen. And having 3D object, this 3D object is still put into 2D screen, but we are actually imagining as this 3D object is moving the shape, the real shape of this 3D NFT. Like in order to move from imagination towards seeing the actual 3D shape of the object, we are going to have stereoscopic capability. And I can give you the example of, for example, like movie theaters. When you go to movie theaters, usually like a movie theater venue, it may be having multiple movie theaters, and usually one or two of these movie theater like part of the venue, they have and they're projecting three-dimensional movies. At the start of the movie, people who come to see this 3D movie, they're given glasses, and when the movie starts projecting on the screen, people are putting these glasses, and the movie, which has been projected in a flat two-dimensional movie screen, together with these glasses, people are able to see the actual 3D shapes of what is projected on the 2D screen, thanks to the glasses. And what we are planning to have in our project is putting, making the objects, having separating the objects into red or reddish colors, blue and bluish colors, and then giving the users these glasses. And as you can see, one of the lenses of the glasses is red or reddish, and the other one is blue or bluish. And we're projecting the object like part of the object in red or reddish color, and the other part in blue and bluish color. And when the user is putting these glasses, then they're going to see like the real shape of this three-dimensional object coming out of the screen, projected out of the computer screen. This is like very new and very innovative of our upcoming collection of three-dimensional NFT objects. But let me tell you a little bit about our marketplace that we are also preparing and we're going to release. And this marketplace, our own marketplace, is going to sell these collections of three-dimensional NFTs that we're preparing as well. What is specific about our marketplace is that most of the other marketplaces, if we take the example of OpenSea or Rarible, most of these marketplaces, they are selling two-dimensional static images. And what we're offering in our marketplace are three-dimensional objects, and they're having a very big list of exciting capabilities. So this is the first difference. The second difference is that, like for example, if somebody lists a collection of NFTs on OpenSea or Rarible or on the other marketplaces, they have to choose a blockchain on which they're going to list. And like usually they're picking, for example, Ethereum or Polygon or maybe Solana or some other blockchain. So what is specific, and once they pick a specific blockchain, the trading, like buying and selling of NFTs of the specific collection which listed, for example, on OpenSea or Rarible, like the trading, buying and selling, it is done only in this specific cryptocurrency. So what is difference? What is the difference between these traditional marketplaces and our own marketplace? Is that the NFTs, like the smart contracts, which is the actual non-fungible token, is going to be deployed on our own blockchain instance. Having our own blockchain instance, people are not going to paying gas fees, like the gas fees for deployment and buying and selling. We are going to cover this, like the initial deployment of the smart contract, and then the transfers, the buying and selling of these non-fungible tokens together, which are packed together with this three-dimensional NFT object. And so like this is the first capability, but like I mentioned that trading on the traditional marketplaces is done in only a specific crypto coin or token which has been chosen at the point of listing of the specific collection. But in our NFT marketplace, we're going to allow trading in multiple cryptocurrencies. The current list of cryptocurrencies which people are going to be buying and selling our 3D NFTs include Solana, Aptos, EOS, Telegram Tone, Avalanche AVAX, and Definity ICP. So what we did is in we did analyze which cryptocurrency they have relatively fast transaction time and also low withdrawal fees. Some people who are buying crypto, for example, they have their assets in a centralized exchange, and this centralized exchange, it has a specific amount of crypto which they take for withdrawal of a specific cryptocurrency. And this amount for withdrawal, it could be significant. For example, the amount of withdrawal in Bitcoin or the amount of withdrawal in Ethereum, because the price of Bitcoin is very high. It is tens of thousands of dollars, and the price of withdrawal for Ethereum, it includes the gas fee, which is very, very high. So we did select cryptocurrencies which have relatively fast transaction time, and they also have very low gas fee and very low withdrawal fee. So it mentioned that trading on our NFT marketplace is going to be in crypto, but in addition to crypto, we are going to be adding trading into directly into fiat currency. People who are trading in fiat currency, they could be trading into US dollars or other national currencies. For example, they at the point of registration, they could be registering their credit card or their bank account, and then if they're willing to buy specific NFT, they could be buying with directly with credit card or the bank account without conversion into cryptocurrency. So I did describe in very big details our NFT upcoming collection and upcoming three-dimensional NFTs, but so we have to go back to the topic of today. Enough talking about our project, and the topic of our educational event is registration for online streaming services coming into law. And I like to tell you, in the very beginning of our educational talk, that this specific topic was inspired by a law which came into existence and it was approved in the Canadian Parliament. The law specifically is about the intent of the law is promoting content which agrees with the Canadian national identity and Canadian values, but it gives the power to one commission called CRTC, in abbreviation, which stands for Canadian Radio and Television Commission. Like it gives the power to CRTC to and mandate to CRTC to start registering on streaming services which are doing broadcasting, and like if they're like in the territory of Canada, or they're using like the people who are doing this, they're Canadians, or like residing in Canada. The first question, which came after coming into this law, and it came into law maybe about 2 weeks ago. The first question coming is who has to register for this online streaming services. Usually and traditionally, CRTC did register radio broadcasters and TV broadcasters. Radio broadcasters, for example, if they want to broadcast, they have to get and, for example, buy and pay for a specific frequency of the radio spectrum, which has been allocated for like radio services in Canada. And the same thing is with TV broadcasters. There is a specific spectrum of frequencies which has been allocated for TV services in Canada. And like broadcasters, they have to buy and pay for a specific portion, specific channel of this from this spectrum, which is a specific spectrum and channel in order to do a TV broadcasting service in Canada. But like after coming into this law, the question is coming: who else have to register for this online streaming services? For example, there like maybe a small number of radio broadcasters, and we can count maybe on fingers, or maybe it is going to come as maybe dozens, as the number of people and the number of organizations which are doing radio broadcasting services, and then maybe a smaller number of organizations which are doing TV broadcasting service. But if you're looking at people who are doing online streaming, if you're looking at podcasters who are doing streaming in audio, if we're looking at the people who are creating videos with their participation, which includes video and audio content, like the number of these people may come into like thousands, maybe tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands. Like in the territory of Canada, maybe these are tens of thousands of people, but if you're looking at a worldwide number of podcasters and people who are creating their own videos and they're participating in these videos, we can reach the number of millions. So like one very, very popular service is, for example, TikTok, which has a small, which is having short-time videos, and I believe like the number of people who are posting videos with their own participation, like one person video, like the number of these people is probably millions, if not tens of millions of people who are putting their video with their participation. So the number of if people doing this type of broadcasting online broadcasting service, if they have to register like if they're Canadians and they have to register in Canada, like the number is going to come as a very, very big number. So with like a registration like this, the next thing which comes into question is are all people who apply for registration going to be approved, or are they going to be some people who are going to be rejected like after they submit for a registration with CRTC? And following questions are like if some of these people who are coming for registration, like what is going to be criteria for acceptance or rejection of these people. So like these are like lots of questions which are coming up, and for example, at the time of the coming of this law into existence in Canada, I did receive an email from the our member of parliament, and I did receive another email from an organization which is doing political activism, and they're also sending messages to people regarding, for example, topics about climate change and what can be done on the side of our politicians, like in Canada, and this organization is doing lobbying either through sending inviting people to send messages to their member of parliaments, politicians, or by doing advertising on specific topics which affect all the people living in Canada. But after accepting of this specific law, I did receive emails, and these emails were saying that now that the law for registration for online services is coming into existence, there is a period of time when people can submit their comments to this organization, which is going to do registration for online streaming service. And seeing this invitation, I did go to the specific site of CRTC, a specific link, which had requests for comments from ordinary people regarding to this law. What I did right to this specific request for comment section is that I did mention that requiring registration from people who are doing online online streaming and online broadcasting can lead to policing, and policing can policing of who is registering and looking at their content and judging if this content is appropriate or not appropriate. And policing and rejecting can lead to excesses. And I did mention a famous psychology experiment called Stanford Prison Experiment. And Stanford Prison Experiment is a psychology experiment. It was done by psychologists from the Stanford University, and it was done in the 1970s. It was done very, very long time ago, but it is very famous, and lots of people who are into the field of psychology, they know very big details about this experiment, and people who read and are curious about psychology, they know about this experiment as well. So to describe this experiment, psychologists researchers from Stanford University, they invited students from Stanford University to participate in this experiment, and the students, they were paid for this participation. Like the researchers, they had some budget for to pay for to students, and then there was number of students who came to participate into this experiment. And at the start of this experiment, students who came to participate were divided into two different groups. One of the group was a bigger group, and it was the group of the prisoners. The second group of these students was a smaller group, and it was the group of the prison guards. And students, they were placed into separate rooms, and they were the doors of these rooms were closed, and then the students, they were able to they had to stay in these rooms, and also they could be interacting with the prison guards as well. So at the initial and start of this experiment, all the participants were equal. All of them were students from Stanford University, maybe between year one and year 5, but they were all students of Stanford University. And as they start initially the relation between the prisoners, students, prisoners, and students, prison guards were kind of cordial. Then at some point, students started asking about specific things. For example, asking about water or about food or about going to the restroom. And like with the time, like with the end of first day and then coming into second day of this experiment, the interaction and the relation between student prisoners and students prison guards started deteriorating. Some prison guards started considering requests of student prisoners unreasonable and started denying requests from students. So after faced with these denials, the confront, the relation started rapidly deteriorating, and in some cases they became a confrontation. At some point, students and prison guards, they started getting angry. They started shouting at each other, and at some point there had been physical altercation between prisoners and prison guards. Prisoners, they were denied, for example, some services. They were given punishments. For example, with the turning prisoners, they were in a room, and this room had lights, but prison guards decided to punish the prisoners and turn off the light in the room where the prisoner was held. In addition to this, for example, some of the prison guards decided to stop responding to requests to some of the prisoners. Psychologists were coming periodically to witness what is happening during the experiment. They did witness the rapid escalation and the rapid deterioration and confrontation between prisoners and prison guards. And one of them, I believe his name was Paul Zambrano, did contact the other researchers from the project, and he report what is happening during this experiment. And faced with this escalation and faced with this situation in relation between prisoners and prison guards, the second or the third day of this experiment, the researchers decided to stop this experiment and to let prisoners and prisoners, former prisoners and former prison guards, become students back. But many of these students who were prisoners, they did experiment trauma, and it was very traumatic experience for them. the other participants who were prison guards, they also had negative experiences, and like they who they did undertake psychology counseling together with the prisoners, the students who did participate as prisoners as well. So like this was like this was a psychology experiment, and this was basically like playing and getting into the roles of prisoners and prison guards. But like we had the example of like in 2020, I believe 2001, the United States decided to invade Iraq, and like after the start of the war, there were like prisons where like there were prisons in Iraq, which they were calling prisoners who were like either people related with the former regime in Iraq, or were very high military commanders, or they were insurgents in Iraq. And these prisons, its name is Abu Ghraib, became famous with the abuses which were happening in this prison. Some of the prisons, like which were which were part of the American military, they were tasked with being prison guards in the Abu Ghraib prisons. But some of these guards, they decided to have fun and like request these prisoners to stay into different poses, and then these prison guards, they were doing some videos with these prisoners. Essentially, they were abusing these prisoners, and they were having like they were having their own entertainment performed by prisoners. And like after, if some of these prisoners did object, they were subject to physical punishment, and like number of these prisoners, they actually died while in custody in this prison, Abu Ghraib. Thanks to social media and things which have been posted by these prisoners, showing which were the prison guards, which were American military police. Thanks to social media and journalists, which started investigation into this. Thanks to these journalists, like what was happening in Abu Ghraib, like our general, and like this general was sent to investigate into what was happening in Abu Ghraib prison, and I believe his name was Taguba or something like this. This general started investigating, and as things came into light. Then there was a hearing in the Congress of what is happening in this specific prison. Then, like it was decided to close this specific prison in Iraq and like install have specific rules and like prison guards who were American military had to follow these specific rules and stop abusing prisoners who were in the prisons in Iraq. So coming back to my comments to the CRTC, comments were specific into this that like initially people who were subject to registration, they could be registering, but then CRTC could take the role of policing the content, and this policing would escalate in the manner comparable to the Stanford prison experiment or comparable to what happened in the Abu Ghraib prison. So, like if something is going to be put into the role of a prison guard and or prisoner, like a policeman who is tasked into like looking at what is happening and judging what is happening, and other people who are into the position of like asking to be accepted or like having put into the position of prisoners. So like if we're having one organization which is tasked into supervising and other people put into a position to ask for acceptance or begging for being accepted into registration, then the relation between the organization and the people asking for registration could deteriorate. And it could deteriorate rapidly in a manner described into the psychology experiment and into the examples which have been given. And like if like we are having one organization which is tasked into registration, then there should be a second organization which could be tasked with supervision of the first organization, whether it is doing its job or not, and like tasked with dealing with complaints from this about the service of the first organization. So like having tasked one organization, it is going to require having a second organization, having doing supervision over the first organization, whether it is doing its job properly or not, and dealing with complaints. So then the second organization has to be independent from the first organization and had to do a judgment over the actions done by the first organization. So like having this law in existence, it is creating the need of one and more organizations coming into existence and do additional work as well. But in my comment, which I wrote in the email, I did mention that like if some people are faced with rejection when they decide to register for online services. They may look at the way or ways to bypass this need of supervision and registration. And what we are having as a decentralization software engine could allow bypassing of the need of like registration and supervision or the potential of facing rejection in registration. What we are having, for example, online streaming services, they rely on centralized internet. So, if somebody is doing streaming, they rely on a specific streaming service, on specific podcasting streaming service or a specific channel, just like today we are relying on the channel of Israel Live. People who rely on centralized channels, they could be subject to surveillance and they could be subject to registration. But by going to this centralized solution, people can bypass the central internet and have their broadcasting in a decentralized way. For example, they could be having something like recorded and posted on the personal website on a specific person, and then this content could be pulled by most of the other people who are contacts of the first person. So this specific way of decentralized communication could bypass the need for registration of centralized internet and registration for online services of centralized internet. In the request for comments, there was the feature of choosing of having an oral presentation in front of CRTC, which stands for Canadian Radio and Television Commission. And at the point of submission of my email and my comment, I did select the option of not participating in oral presentation. But in my comment, I did put that although I did select not participating in oral presentation in front of CRTC, I will be willing, if requested, to do this oral presentation regarding my comments for upcoming registration for online streaming services, which I did submit to CRTC. With this said, we're coming to the end of our presentation, and I'm going to wrap up this presentation very soon. Once again, my name is Paul Arstoff. I'm the founder of the Decentralized project. We are building a decentralized communication and advertising platform. We're aiming to build a community, organizing events like this. And today's event, today's Sunday, and today's event is on Instagram Live. But we're organizing regular weekly events on Saturdays as well, and they're on Twitter Space. We have events which are happening every Thursday, and they're happening on Telegram in text, on Twitter Space in audio, and on Google Meet in video and audio. Events on Thursdays, they're happening on about asking sessions, either about general crypto or specifically about NFTs and our upcoming collection and marketplace of 3D NFTs. With these events that we're organizing, we are aiming to build a community, and I'd like to invite you to come and join our community. To find the specific channel and specific group, you can go to our website, and the name of our website is decentralizedweb.org. Decentralized and web, there are two words, decentralizedweb.org. And at the bottom of every page of our website, we have the icons of the social networks that we're posting on. You can click on one or more of these icons and then become a follower or become a member of the group of the specific group or social channel. This said, I'm going to end this event. Thank you for coming. You're welcome to come to our events which are coming next week. And I like to announce that the topic of the events on Saturdays and Sundays is going to be about crypto ecosystems. Lots of projects, they're joining crypto ecosystems and becoming part of these ecosystems, and we're going to talk about this the next Saturday and the next Sunday. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening.